Hello, and welcome to Bart's Formers. Today we're taking a look at Metal Cardbot S Deepbite. The paint and sculpt on this toy are up to the usually high Metal Cardbot standards. The head sculpt is great. Reminds me of Canadian actor Kevin Durand for some reason. I digress. The articulation is not great, even for a Metal Cardbot toy. The upper body, there's no ratchets, not in the shoulders, not in the elbows, and that'll cause some problems later on, as we'll see. The lower body has the same clicky, tight ratchets that we're accustomed to with Metal Cardbot toys. Why they made the decision not to put them in the shoulders and elbows is beyond me. Deepbite's main weapon can be stored on his hip, and the back of the figure is Gibble Central, as we can see, even compared to other Metal Cardbot toys. Get a whole ass shark tail hanging off his butt. This toy has some issues. It doesn't stand up straight very easily because the heels are the propellers in alt mode, so it's very wobbly. The wrists are extremely wibbly and are collapsing in when you don't want them to, and trying to get them out when they're collapsed in for alt mode is very difficult. The lack of ratchets in the elbow means his arms are floppy, and the legs tend to collapse when you don't want them to. The metal card gimmick is also kind of weak on this figure, not gonna lie. You get this clear blue trident piece that you can attach to the card weapon or the regular weapon. The card itself got the usual nice art on it, but this turns into a long, spindly looking spear gun that can only be wielded when it's pinned into the side hip skirt of Deepbite. It's just very awkward. Soltron did a whole video on Deepbite where he customized this card weapon to try and make some sense of it. The main weapon comes off of the hip skirt, and Deepbite can hold it. It doesn't fit into the hole in the hand very well. Kind of spins around, and then the floppiness of the shoulders and elbows lacking ratchets doesn't help. Having said all that, you can still get him in some nice looking poses as long as you take some care. Transformation is simple but satisfying. Just enough moving parts to keep things interesting. It's worth pointing out again that once the hands are sunk into the wrist like that, getting them back out, even with the little switches on the side, is very difficult. You have to use your fingertip to kind of straighten out the hands within before they will extend. I know this kind of parts forming will drive some people nuts, but integrating the main weapon into the alt mode, I think it's a really good idea. Everything in alt mode tabs together very securely. And don't forget to flip out the little fins on the very bottom. That will allow Deepbite to sit flat in alt mode. What you're left with is a shark submarine, an alt mode that surpasses the robot mode in every way, in my opinion. There's a high level of detail, little conning tower, the propellers on the back. Don't really follow the show, but apparently in Metal Cardbot W, Deepbite is revealed to be a wild Cardbot. Not sure if this is one of the S series that Agabus is planning on bringing out, but speaking of Agabus, here is Deepbite with Steel Hook. Even though they're from different series, I'm looking at these two together because they're both aquatic alt modes, and despite being different color blues, they look really good together. Someone had asked me in a Metal Cardbot group on Facebook how Deepbite's articulation compared to Taki, who is his first experience with the toy line, and I had to tell him he was going to be very disappointed if articulation was what he was looking for. Deepbite's a great looking figure. It's just better in alt mode. Thanks for joining us on Bart's Formers. We'll see you on the next one.